As I just mentioned, Parliament has wrapped up for the year and won't resume until February 3 next year. Joining me now in the studio is Liberal MP for the Gippsland seat of Monash, Mary Aldred. Mary, good to see you again.
Great to be with you again, Steve.
Am I being too tough on Labor?
Not at all. They'd make you think that Australians have never had it better. And the reality is that there's a whole heap of families right across our country right now sitting at their kitchen table, staring at an energy bill stuck to their fridge, wondering how they're going to pay it. Mortgage holders are paying $1,800 more a month thanks to this government. Energy's gone up nearly 40%. And as you say, regions like mine are bearing all of the burden of the renewables rollout and having none of the benefit.
When you sit there watching that backslapping and laughing, I mean, I don't know what you made of that picture, but when I saw that in The Australian, I think it was on Wednesday morning after question time on Tuesday, it made me feel ill.
There's quite a few of...
The hubris is incredible now.
It's amazing. There was high-fiving and hugging and backslapping this morning. They brought us back in for 35 minutes this morning in Parliament to pass two pieces of terrible legislation. And you might say that Chris Bowen and the PM are exceptionally pleased with the way they've turned out, but there just seems to be a complete lack of empathy, a complete divorce from the reality that many Australians are facing right now.
There is a camaraderie between politicians. I mean, we know that. I mean, you know, I know plenty of people who've had mates on either side. Is it harder when one side had such an advantage and continually during question time ram it down the opposition's throat? Does that make things difficult in the House?
I've been in the building for 6 months, Steve, and I went in with a really deliberate attitude of throwing out respect and courtesy to everybody right across the chamber on the other side. And 9.5 times out of 10, outside of that chamber, you get it back. You've got to work on committees and there's other opportunities as well. But the hubris, the lack of respect, the talking over the top, the backslapping, the catcalling, and it's all on that side, predominantly on our side. We're pretty respectful. I mean, there's sometimes one-liners to get your point across, but we listen in respect and courtesy, and none of that is delivered back from this government. They are just so high on their own hubris, it's unbelievable.
The opposition ran a number of questions in question time this week, using real-life examples of what power bills are doing to people and how percentage of increases year on year. You didn't get a straight answer back at all from anyone on the other side, particularly Bowen. Are they afraid to talk about the reality of power bills? I mean, they're trying to dodge it, but they can't, surely. It was a promise made 100 times, $275 cut, and everyone's bill's gone up.
And they're really flat-footed. I mean, Chris Bowen, who part-time minister with his new COP presidency role, but he is really flat-footed on those questions because he's been promising for years and years that, you know, all of these renewable answers, they're all free. Everybody's going to be part of the transition and benefiting, but the reality is they're not. Emissions are flatlined. I mean, the coalition, when we were in government, were able to reduce emissions by 28% on 2005 levels and grow the economy. They've flatlined at that amount while they've thrown $75 billion at it. Power prices are going up. I've got food manufacturing businesses in my electorate that are really struggling. And you know what's going to happen if they can't keep their head above water? Those jobs will go overseas.
The environment bill that passed, I think it finally got the tick of approval today. You hold a regional seat. What impact, have you had a chance to read through it? I mean, it's a massive piece
1,500 pages.
Bill. What impact might it have on your constituents, do you think?
Well, I think you've just got to look at the friends that this bill's got, like the Environment Victoria, Environment Australia, the Australian Conservation Foundation, to see how bad it is. I'm particularly, of all of the things that I'm really concerned about, I'm particularly worried about our timber industry. In Victoria, the state government, particularly Lily D'Ambrosio, have nearly killed off the timber industry through closing down the native hardwood sector. She's almost the Minister for Third World Forestry because we're now importing a lot of that timber because people still want the product. But
we're going to build houses, you need timber.
And it's the ultimate renewable source, but we're just seeing, you know, trees being cut down in rainforests overseas with orangutans still attached to them, or we're bringing in logs from Tasmania, putting them on a truck at the port in Melbourne, taking them to Gippsland, manufacturing them there and putting them back on a truck back to Melbourne. What this bill is going to do is, instead of sensibly reforming the state-managed regional forestry agreements, it's going to pull all of those agreements into this legislation, which will hamstring it and wrap it around red and green tape. I'm seriously worried about timber workers and regional communities, particularly in my electorate.
Well, the Bowen plan doesn't seem to have any problem putting massive transmission towers through the mid-estate forests.
Oh, it's quite happy to crisscross a whole heap of transmission towers through prime agricultural farmland. What I'm concerned about, though, is things like new gas projects. It's going to put those in the slow approvals lane instead of fast-tracking them. Now, that will put the cost of energy up. It will make the cost of construction the price of it go up. It will take longer, so fewer jobs, higher costs and longer project times.
You almost got the perfect storm in your seat because, as you said, you've got food manufacturing, you've got the forest industry, you've got gas and you've got coal.
Yeah, and we're a food bowl where Australia relies on us to grow dairy, food, horticulture, a whole lot of those things because we've got the best soil anywhere, so why would you choose to dump a whole heap of renewable projects there? Really worried about our timber sector. We've also got... We had 4, we've now got 3 coal-fired power stations. Yallourn alone contributes up to 22% of Victoria's baseload electricity. Now, that's due to shut in a couple of years' time. I want to give a shout-out to all the people that work there. I represent a number of them. But we don't have any serious plan to supplement that energy right now.
Just before you go, Jess Wilson, the new leader, you're a senior Liberal, you're a Victorian and you're a woman. How's she going?
She has a great plan to get Victoria back on track. She's going to focus on the economic mess. She's got the skills, the credibility. She's thought deeply about the serious problems that we've got. And I think she's going to make a great Premier.
Mary, thanks for coming in again.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Steve.
it. You have a good parliamentary break.
Thank you.
Mary Aldred there. Joining me now, our Friday